Dave,
Go hard.
mate, thank you so much for coming on the show, mate. It's a pleasure. Everybody, you may know this man as Halsin from Baldur's Gate 3. How are you, mate?
Not too bad at all, mate. How are you?
Very well. Very well. How's this all been, mate? Because this is something special, this game, isn't it? It's crazy. The fandom, the reception. How is it all for you?
It's huge. I think basically because I'm not used to this at all anyway. This is all very new to me. And yeah, the fans have been so overwhelmingly positive, and not even just the fans, the critics as well. It's been an overwhelming success. And yeah, just to be even if I was like a small part of this, a really small cog, which to be fair, I am, considering like how many actors and how many people, how many devs. It's crazy, man, the amount of people involved. But yeah, it's just to be part of it is really nice, and to have like a really nice character in it.
Yeah,
oh, man, it's the icing on the cake. Yeah, it really is.
Did you always know that you were going to get this much to work with for this character? Was that always on the book? No.
It was when Kirsty was doing the casting for it. Kirsty Gilmore,
legend,
absolutely phenomenal casting director and just lovely person. She did my original voice reels for it. My voice reels, like my demos, and so she knew me from there. She knew what I was capable of, and she was casting in this. She reached out, said, "Could you do like a self tape for it?" And yeah, so sent one off, and came back and said, "Could you just frame it a little bit differently, because what you've done's not quite right." And at that point, I was thinking, that sounds promising. If it's just the framing that's okay, right? So
we're onto something.
Yeah. So framed it different, or the way it was needed, and thankfully, whoever it was put in front of, thankfully liked what they saw and heard. So yeah, that was, and so yeah. It was originally going to be just an NPC, and it was going to be Act 1 and Act 1 alone, Act 1 specific. And I think that's probably one of the biggest aspects of early access, is basically if there's somebody in there that is going to be possibly is liked, then they're able to have like more stuff written for them. And so yeah, it's just I wasn't expecting that. I did quite a chunk. Then it was like a good few months went by, and then stuff started to like drip through more and stuff, and then started to build slowly, and yeah, into more and more. So yeah, and what Larian read everything, absolutely everything that's like written. And yeah, they saw what the fans were like about Halsin, and yeah, they really leaned into it. They were yeah, we'll lean into this, and lean into it. They did.
You know, I got to ask you, mate. I have to ask you about a certain scene. You knew it was coming. Yeah. Let's just get it out of the way, right?
Yeah. Let's go for it. Yeah.
I mean, if I don't ask you, then who am I? When did you stumble upon that scene in particular, and do you remember shooting it? And
I remember it very well. Yeah.
Too well.
It was Neil who directed me in that.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was closed set, all the boards up against the windows that people could normally look into, but yeah, I actually had the scene. Well, you're given a whole load of lines in a script, and a whole load of lines that you're not going to get to that day, or even that week, probably month. You're just given a whole raft, and if you can get through all the priorities, great. We'll move on to some other stuff when we can. And so it was put off and put off and put off. So I'd actually seen this coming up for a good few months. And
were you nervous about that scene when you read it?
Particularly, no. When I read it, I thought that's going to be fun. Yeah, that's going to be fun. Obviously, there's going to be people out there who would like really take offence to sort of stuff like that, or possibly be very apprehensive about doing a scene in that respect. And so everybody in there was like, look, like, I completely understand if you don't want to. Just let us know if you feel in any way like awkward, or if you don't want to do it, that's absolutely fine. But I'd been like gearing myself up to like possibly do it that day for like months, and so it was like, when are we doing it? When? And so yeah. Yeah, and then I was so pleased it was Neil directing for that as well. It just had an added element of fun to it.
Playfulness? Is that how he approached it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. And I think, well, not so much playfulness.
No.
It's because there was a big element of like, this scene is batshit crazy, because it's like, okay, he's getting a little bit hot under the collar, and normally, yeah, we just do that, not wild shape, and so yeah, there's that, yeah, and so. Yeah, we did like have a good deal of like fun in there, but at the heart of it, it is a romancing, and it is like it is a big element of a love story, and so you've got to treat it with the respect it deserves in that respect as well. But yeah, just for it's just nuts. And it was lovely when that scene was actually used in the panel from hell.
Oh mate, that propelled the game to a new level, don't you think? In the marketing sense,
the sales for that weekend just went just rocketed.
Crazy.
So yeah, really nuts. I'm kind of like gutted I didn't ask for a percentage, but
yeah.
But yeah, it's from then on, everyone was like, so what have you been doing recently? Oh yeah, I've been in Baldur's Gate. Oh right, okay. So what character do you play? I'm a druid. Are you the bear? I'm the bear. Yes, I'm the bear. But,
that made me laugh. That video you put out, man, where you're like, the bear. What was it? You don't stuff the bear. The bear stuffs you, man. I was cracking up at that. That was brilliant. If you're lucky, yeah.
Everyone was having such fun that week. Everyone was having an immense amount of fun. It was again, all the fans actually loving how much fun we're having. It just feeds. It's just a vicious cycle of like, yeah, you're having fun, we're having fun, we're having fun, you're having fun. Oh, okay, right, just snowballs, and yeah, it's great, it's lovely.
So who's in the room for that scene? Last one on that one. Is it just you, Neil, and
well, you've got a mocap engineer, audio engineer, voice director, and movement director. I honestly can't remember who was the movement director.
That's all right. But so there's 6 people.
Just got 5.
5.
Just got me and 4 others.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's it. And to be honest, that's it most days as well.
Okay.
That is pretty much it. That's all you need.
So nothing really changes from those scenes to other scenes, really. You keep it with the same respect, and there's still laughs to be had either way, you know.
Oh God, yeah, definitely. There's always like a good. There's always humorous lines, and chances are there's going to be the usual like normal additional dialogue that you get. Looks like there's a chest. I wonder what's in that. And a door. But you can't open it from here. There must be a switch. And so it's just typical. We're doing that sign. We're doing that scene, etc., etc. So it's good fun.
I saw you downloading the game, and I was wondering, have you had a chance to get
I've
in?
Been absolutely stacked. I've been absolutely stacked. I think the most that I think Shadowheart's still locked up. I've not broken her out yet. I've only got that far, and then I've had to
only early
go and do something else. Yeah, but I spent like 3.5, 4 hours in character creation alone.
Didn't we all?
It's amazing.
It's one of the best I've ever seen, I have to say.
Yeah,
I know you're a gamer. You've probably agreed, don't you? I haven't seen anything like it.
No, it's the amount of detail and backstory and how that has a massive effect on the game that you then play. It's not so much because you've got character creation in all of the games, but mainly without any like proper impetus in the story ahead. It's all just cosmetic, and you can choose if you want to be like a tank or ranger or you can a sniper. That's probably as much as it goes, but having that much agency in your character and having the world around you respond to what you've created, that's incredible. Properly, and it's not it's really not cosmetic. It goes deep, and so it's amazing.
And I'm guessing you're going to be romancing yourself once you get to it, because Neil is. I saw him the other day. He's already trying to romance himself up.
I've not seen that yet. No, I've not seen that yet. Oh God, I need to. All right,
it's hilarious. He's failing. He has to keep saves coming.
I need to watch that. When I have time.
So what else have you played recently? Because I saw you were playing Deathloop, were you? That was a nice little game.
Oh, Deathloop was incredible.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. And people were really knocking it because of its repetitive nature. That was the entire point. It's like you're in a loop and you're trying to get out of the loop. What do you expect? But even then, what you did, it was like a proper roguelike. You died, excellent, okay, but you kept what you'd already learned, what you'd gained. You can use that the next time round. So in that respect, I think that I loved it. The actual style of it, it was so damn stylish. The music, oh my God!
I love that song. You know that trailer song? It's like a James Bond theme.
Yes, song. Absolutely glorious. But when I'm just like doing my normal 9 to 5, I will have that on in the background, just tapping away. And just game soundtracks in general, I love listening to those. But Deathloop was a very special game. I've got to say, and it was years ago. From I can't remember the names now. Machinarium was a phenomenal point and click game, and the soundtrack to that was perfect for coding. It was just like for whatever menial task you need to do. That was perfect for just being on in the background. That and Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters, okay. I was going to say, what about Tron?
Oh yeah, I've still yet to play that. And
Mike Bithell,
and I still want to. Yeah. Oh, I love Mike. I think he's absolutely ace.
You know him, do you?
Yeah. He during lockdown. he did a radio drama. It was like very early days of the pandemic. What can we do? And he wanted to feed his creativity into something, and he wrote this audio drama, and the Sam Beart was the lead in that. It was Sam, Raoul Coley, Troy Baker, Jane Perry was in it as well, and it was episode by episode, week by week, he was releasing it. I was, oh my God, I am so invested in this. And then it was coming up to the end of it, and Mike just dropped a DM and said, "Would you be interested in like coming into episode 6?"
Oh, that's cool.
Oh yes, of course I would. And so and basically like that's how we met there. And
you were in another game with Sam, were you?
Yes, yeah, the excavation of Hobbs Barrow. Yeah,
I was going to say you guys are good friends, right? Because you're always championing each other, from what I'm seeing. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely love Sam to bits. Yeah, and she will champion everybody that she can. She's heart on her sleeve. I absolutely love the bones of her. She's ace. Yeah,
yeah, that's awesome.
She's very much like Kalarch.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Says it how she thinks, yeah? What'd you say?
Yeah. Well, all right, fair enough. There's that element that's probably dialed down a little bit.
Yeah, I would say a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So you mentioned coding. I wanted to ask you about this. So you do coding, do you? Is that your other profession, or what are we talking about here?
I work, well, I'm for the last like 20 odd years, I've worked for banking and stuff. So like decision systems, if you like apply for a current account, credit card, loan, mortgage, I'm one of the people in the background who code the strategies into the algorithm that makes the computer say no or yes, depending on what you do. So yeah, it is what it is. I mean, to be honest, it's really interesting. It is really interesting. Like I say, I've been doing it for the last 20 years. Pretty much the same team. I started out selling loans, but I didn't really like doing that. That was outbound. So you were like cold calling people, or well, kind of cold calling people. And then within 3 minutes of this person out of the blue calling, you were expected to like get them to get a bank loan. It's like, no,
a lot of pressure.
That's weird. Yeah, it was intense pressure. Yeah. So yeah, after that I went behind the scenes. Basically, I could not be more grateful for the team that I'm working with.
Oh, that's great. Yeah,
because they at the drop of a hat, basically I'll say, right, I need to like go down to London for a session next Thursday. Yep, that's absolutely fine. And it's like
great flexibility.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, I love them to bits. I really do. And without them, there's no way I would have been able to like do something like this.
So, is this something you want to do full time eventually?
The voice stuff, yeah. I mean, I love the creativity of it. It is just playing. It is just play. I mean, especially voice acting as well. You don't even need to learn the lines. It's dead easy. It's written in front of you.
I know.
I mean, I do TV acting as well. You do actually need a bit more. You need to learn your lines for that stuff.
Bloody hell.
But yeah. Oh, bastards. But yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, and that's damn good fun as well. Yeah.
Do you like the on-screen stuff as much as the voice acting and the mocap?
As much.
Because I feel like you are thriving with this role in BG3. I mean,
yeah. I mean, to be honest, I think they're like different enough beasts to not actually like compare.
Yeah.
Because whether I'd like if a gun was put to my head and I had to do one or the other.
Yeah, that's tough.
Just pull the trigger.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, I could not choose there. No. So yeah, oh, wow.
Yeah, tough.
No, I think
you love them equally. That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I do love them equally.
Because they're all acting, aren't they?
Yeah, definitely. But I think as well, because with the TV stuff, that's mainly comedy that I do as well.
So that's fun.
Oh yeah, very much so. It's like, because we've got Alma's Not Normal. That was a series we did. The pilot was done just before COVID hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did the first series, I think it was 21, and we're just about to start shooting the second. So, yeah, if I have no idea what's in store for my character yet, but yeah, that's it's. I have so much fun doing that. So much fun. Because it is damn funny. It is so funny, and yes, Sophie, who writes it, Sophie Willem, she's an absolute genius, and she's so giving as well with the comedy as well. She's very generous.
I can't imagine writing a comedy. It just must be so difficult.
Yeah, the first one, the first series, it's extremely autobiographical. It's I'm not say extremely. There are a lot of parallels with her life, and so she is like writing what she knows. She's a damn funny person anyway. She's and basically she won like best comedy for like BAFTA. For Alma's Not Normal. So yeah, she's damn good at what she does. But yeah, writing comedy, my God, that is hard. That is hard. I think I have no idea how she's managed to like cook up a second series of it. Not at all.
Oh, that's even harder. Coming up with another season and living up to the hype.
Second album, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like Baldur's Gate 4. Good luck, guys. Jesus. Oh, man.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, you're exactly right in that, because Larian had such massive, like, not so much pressure, but there was a lot of expectation, a hell of a lot, especially from Original Sin, Divinity. It's like, basically, are you just going to do a skin of Divinity with like, and that was the massive, are you going to do that? And thankfully,
that wouldn't be good enough. Yeah.
Yep. And so they've really excelled on that, and taken it in complete. Yeah, they've made it their own, definitely. Basically, I don't think it could have been handled better by any other team. They were in the perfect place to do it.
Did you ever meet the guys over there?
No, unfortunately not. I've not managed to. The only people I managed to meet was at Adventure X last year. That's another like narrative gaming convention. I was with Dave Gilbert, who wrote and published. Published Hobbs Barrow. Such a nice guy. Such a nice guy.
That's what Sam said. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, well, because he is. And so, yeah, we were just having a drink. I was having a drink with someone else, and Dave bounded over, said, some guys over here want to see you. I said, okay, right, yeah, it's they said they're writers from Larian. Oh, all right, okay, cool. Yeah, see you in a bit. And just like toddled off over to there. And yeah, it was Crystal Ding and a couple of others. And yeah, we just
wow.
I said yeah. I couldn't really say at the time. I didn't know what I could say. I couldn't say I'm Halsin to anybody. But yeah, it was almost like, yeah, well, you know pretty much like who the character would be anyway. So yeah, I'm Halsin. It's like, oh, excellent. Yeah. And well, it's not so much, oh, excellent, as much. Oh, right, okay. what we're doing for you. Like, okay, cool.
Oh goodness me! So
Yeah.
when did you break into games and voice acting? Because you've been doing this coding stuff for so many years. When did you pull the trigger on it, and what made you pull the trigger on this acting stuff? Or had you always been trying behind the scenes?
Not
Or
really. No,
no?
I'm a massive gamer, and the only thing was basically about, and it was about 6-7 years ago. I'd been in a couple of like commercials for the bank, and I just needed a creative vent for what I was doing.
Okay.
And they said that, well, they actually wanted me for an email marketing campaign. So basically, you'd have me, hi, this is what you could have, and this is how much it'll cost you, all that. And it's like, but I needed media training for that. So they sent me down to London for on-screen presenting and voiceover training.
And this was your first training ever in your life?
Yeah. So we did the TV stuff in the morning, and in the afternoon we did the radio stuff. And the guy there said, you know what, you're not actually that bad. So, okay, cool. He said, yeah, here's my card. In a few months, when all this is like blowing over, give us a bell. And I never did. They gave us the USB with all the radio files and TV spots on it. And I put the radio stuff on this voice site where basically people just look for voices to do some of their work. So you've got like e-learning, training, corporate stuff, and this e-learning company came to me and said, "Would you mind doing the induction for the AA for us?" Yeah, all right, okay, cool, yeah, that's absolutely right. And completely green. There was. I had no idea really, and
Yeah.
said, right, okay, what could can you give us a quote?
What do I charge?
Yeah. There was not at that time. There was nothing online with regards to like rate cards for like voicing stuff. There is now.
Yeah.
There's like loads of rate cards available. But I was just said, how about this? And they could have snapped my hand off and absolutely run with it. But to their credit, they said, no, we probably think you actually mean this. It's like, oh, okay, right, cool, yeah, okay, yeah.
So you went a little high.
No, I went very low.
You went low.
Very low.
Oh, you went
very
the opposite
low.
way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so yeah, and they came back and said, no, you need paying properly for this stuff.
So they were good, yeah.
Yeah, and I've been working for them ever since.
Wow.
Basically, seeing as though I was working full time for the bank, everything that I got from the voice jobs that they were giving me, I put back into training, software, hardware, and so
And now you've got this booth.
Training.
Okay.
Yeah. That all, yeah, definitely, and that's how it's. You've got to invest in yourself. Invest in
100%.
train. When you've got high in the game, carry on training. You never stop. You never stop training. You never stop investing in yourself. It's critical. It really is. Keep yourself on your toes. Don't. If you step back, you just get complacent, and your work just. No, you've got to keep on top of things. I
agree. Yeah. No, 100%.
So basically, like then I joined this voiceover network, and then they were on the Facebook group that they had for it. They posted a job for a game, and it was Astrologaster. And there were like 13, 14 roles up for it. So up there in the game itself. And I've no idea. I managed to bag the lead. I was just like floored. They and I will forever thank them whenever I can. So
Yeah.
Jennifer Schneiderite at Nyam Nyam Games, I have her to thank for this, for everything, because basically she took a punt on somebody who had never done anything like that before, but after me sending in the audition and then having like a chat with her, just like an informal chat like this, she kind of like knew that I'd be all right for it, which is amazing, and I was so grateful. And so yeah, I'd been trying to get workshops with Adele Cutting, a fabulous BAFTA-winning director. I've been trying to like get workshops with her, and like they were always sold out and stuff, and try and get on the waiting list. Never got there. And turns out she was directing this game.
No,
so, yeah,
wow.
so it's like
that's crazy.
Like some 13 4-hour sessions we had, and like just for this game, it's oh my god, she's incredible.
You must be just pinch me a little bit.
Yes, so much. Yeah. And so yeah, after that, and that was the tail end of 2018.
Wow.
So yeah, I've got into this very late in life. So yeah, when I hit 40, instead of like getting a Ferrari and a younger model like girlfriend and stuff like that, no, I just got a voice booth. Yeah. I'm very happy I am with it. Yeah.
So you're a gamer, and I'm wondering, what are some of your big favorite series or games of all time? What have you lost many hours in?
And it's going to sound incredibly cliche, but I do not mind Grand Theft Auto. That's like, I think, and it's a lot of the time sinking that I've done with that is purely the stunt series, the driving. And it's not, it's ridiculous. It is just like, right, okay, I've got, it's the end of the night. I've got like 10 minutes. I'll just do that. And it's just have a one race and then up to bed. That's it. And it is just an end of the day thing. But I normally like bigger, like narrative driven games. And I was late to this as well. Disco Elysium.
Wow. Great game.
Playing that like hell for the last like couple of months. But then just got way too busy, and I've not played anything really for the past like month. I'm gutted.
Busy. I'm hoping with voice work and gaming stuff and that sort of thing. Is that what you mean, or?
Yeah, pretty much that.
Cool.
It's well, there's like the 9 to 5, the
and the 9 to 5,
yeah,
friends and family, living your life,
the life, and I mean, I wanted to like start Starfield again.
It's a great game, mate. It really is. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I've again gone through the character creation. It's all right. And
not quite. Let's be honest, not quite Baldur's Gate, but
that's horrendous shade. I'm sorry. It's perfectly functional. And so yeah, I went through that. Went through the tutorial, and that's it. That's where I'm up to in that. So yeah, I think that was only about like 3/4 of an hour, something like that. But yeah, I just want to get stuck into something properly.
Yeah.
But I'm off for a couple of weeks this week. This next couple of weeks, so
might be time.
Might do some. I mean, I'll be taking my Switch, and I've got the last Monkey Island on there as well.
Yeah. Haven't had a chance to play that. Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, I love Monkey Island a bit.
Bit of nostalgia. Yeah.
Yes, it's just not even that. It's just the I love the characters. I love the humor. The humor. It's they were the first game that made me properly belly laugh, and that's like way back in the early 90s. And so, yeah, I've been a lifelong Monkey Island fan.
So what was your first? Was that your first sort of game? Like one of those games back in the day?
Kind of. I mean, I was like, say, like 17 at the time of that. I think.
Yeah, I was going to say you weren't.
No, because I
Yeah.
had a Spectrum when I was a kid, like 48K of proper like
Yeah.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been like since those days. I've been gaming. It's like Jet Set Willy. Oh yeah, all that stuff. Yeah.
You were playing what is it? Tetris and Pong and I'm only joking.
Honestly, yeah. I do remember my auntie like having this a proper Pong machine, and it was just that was like I think that was like late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, very early 80s. Oh yeah, God, I forgot all about that. That's amazing. But yeah, I had a ZX80 as well in my mum and dad's bedroom on a TV that you had to wait 20 minutes for it to warm up before you could actually use it. That's how old I am.
Wow. Yeah. That's a long time ago, Dave. I saw you watch the D&D movie recently. How'd you find that one? I haven't seen it yet.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I really loved it. Yeah. Again, it was like a lot of fun. I'm not massively into D&D. Please don't come for me.
No, I'm not either. I'm not either. That's why I'm wondering. You really enjoyed it. So what was it about?
Yeah.
Was it just fun?
It was just fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
A really well told story. There was a great, like, not so much slapstick, but it was just like very good natured humor. There wasn't anything. Yeah. I think I just thought it was a really good comedy, as well as being a very good like fantasy story. Yeah, I'd love to see more of it. I'd love to see more of them. And it was obviously like, well, not obviously. It was very weird being in a cinema and hearing Chris Pine say Baldur's Gate, just like on a cinema screen. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, and then I'm like looking around at the everybody else saying, he said Baldur's Gate.
I'm in it. Like, I'm in that game.
I just wanted to stand up in the middle of the cinema. It's like, he said that. I'm in that. No. It's just weird.
No, that is surreal. I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was sat with my wife about 6 months ago, and I showed her the Twitter feed for Baldur's Gate and Halsin. Now, that was weird, because my wife's just sat there looking at the screen, looking at me, saying, this is weird. This is really weird, because this is you. I went, yeah, this is me, yeah. And I'm just this, like, bloke in his 40s, like, working class background in Bolton, like, north of England. And this kind of stuff doesn't happen to, like, people like me. It's just very odd. It's nice. It's really nice. Even this interview, it's like, what is it about me? It's like, it's just really, it's not uncomfortable, but no, it is. Sorry, no offense.
No, it's fine. I understand.
It's just surreal. The entire thing. I'm still, after all this time trying to get ready for it, I'm still having trouble getting my head around it. And
really?
So yeah, and it'll be even weirder in like a month or so's time when we're getting up on stage at EGX and Comic-Con, and like,
and there's fans sitting right there, hundreds of fans.
Yeah. And at the London Comic-Con one as well, my daughters, they're gonna make their way down and see it as well.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
I can't wait. It's gonna be great.
What does your wife and daughters think of all this? I know you mentioned weird, but I mean, it must be. Do they get it? They get it? It's a big deal.
That's the thing. That's the thing. It's like, because again, video gaming, it's still quite, even though it is the biggest revenue stream in the world, one of, it's still quite niche. And so, like last night, went out and my mate, who's forever saying, "Oh, here's my mate. He's an actor." It's like, oh, please stop it, please. And he said, "Right, have you heard of like Baldur's Gate?" No. It's like, okay. And that's absolutely fine. That's absolutely fine. That is, to be honest, the reaction I would absolutely expect. It's like, have you heard of Baldur's Gate?
Yeah.
No. Because, to be honest, there's not really been like a massive push on like TV and stuff like that. It's not.
No,
you wouldn't advertise there.
Yeah, they know their
for those
crowd.
who are going to. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. For those who are going to play it, they know about it, and so yeah, I completely understand. Yeah,
but the fan art and the cosplay, that must be surreal as well, because I saw someone dressing up as a character the other day and meeting Neil, and it's already happening everywhere. It's pretty cool, isn't
it? I can't wait for that. I've been to cons and stuff, but I've not actually been in a game where people would cosplay as potentially my character, and so yeah, I can't wait to see him. I as much as I find it, find the concept, the concept of fame is odd and like weird. I just can't get around that, but I completely understand why people have an affinity with a character, and I completely understand that. And because obviously it's the characters that they love, not me, and I completely, absolutely understand that, and I think I love how much the fans love Halsin, but actually love him because he's just a nice guy as well. Yeah, he's buff. Yeah, he's handsome as hell. But he is just a really nice guy as well. And yeah, I that's kind of what I hoped to actually get across in that portrayal of him anyway. He's morally sound. He's probably a bit too straight-laced in that respect. But yeah, fans at conventions dressing up as their favorite characters, I love that. I love that. I've been to, like I said, I've been to a few cons and like seen the attention to detail that these fans have, just hours of work put into it to be their heroes. It's like, I love that. It's proper passion, and passion and creativity as well, because these guys are amazing, absolutely incredible at the work. Yeah,
so good, and some of the art as well, not just the cosplay, but the art itself, and the drawings and the paintings, and the incredible stuff.
Some of that stuff. Oh my god,
yeah.
the talent in the fan base as well, and I'm not entirely sure if you would actually get this in other. Again, this is like probably my like game.
No, not all the time. Let's say that. No,
yeah. But I think like there's a massive group of creativity and creative people in. I would think it's probably more than most other fandoms that you get, because oh my god, some of the drawings, they just absolutely just take the wind out of you. So, and just like some make you properly well up, and some just make your heart sing, and it's
you've actually welled up over some of them.
Yeah, and I can't remember exactly which one it was. because there are so many, and there are so many people saying, "Dave, have you seen this? Dave, have you seen this? Dave, have you seen?" Because there's so much of it, and if as much as I can, I'll try and like retweet it because my God, it just deserves to be seen. A lot of it deserves to be seen.
I've got some fan questions here that we might get through.
Okay. Oh yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because people, as you know, they love this character. General Locksmith 512. What would be Dave's favorite wild shape animal?
Ooh. See, I probably.
You're torn.
Oh God,
I can see.
I probably. Oh my God, you've got obviously you've got the bear.
Yeah,
you've got owlbear, which is probably even better. I don't know why, but I think if you could, probably raccoon. I think because because they've got opposable thumbs. There's not really any other.
That's the one reason, eh?
I think so. Yeah, and they look damn cute. They've already got the mask on.
Yeah,
I'm up. Yeah, I'm up for raccoon, definitely.
Evie Locker. How does it feel to be the most wholesome character and companion in the game, Dave?
See, that's nice. It is nice. I mean, you've got like the chaotic evil to like, and you've got that 9 square box. I'm right in the middle, I think, and I'm not entirely sure if he's wholesome, but he's still got a bit of a nasty streak when it comes to goblins. He couldn't give a shit about goblins. He's all for nature. He's like, yes, you must protect nature. Apart from goblins, fuck goblins. That's it. Yeah. No, he couldn't give a shit about them.
But you also play a Goblin Warrior in the game, so that's conflicting, Dave.
Yeah, just like, and again, that was because I've got a little bit of range, so I've.
Can we hear that goblin? Have you got that in you?
Well, this goblin here, yeah, you can probably. He's a bit of a nasty bastard. When you had to do that, you had to stand like a boxer. Because that's how the goblins like stand. The goblins stand like boxers.
God,
so yeah,
I love that. So good.
It was there was a good few characters in that as well. There was
you play a ghoul too, yeah?
A ghoul, yeah. There was a ghoul. There was I think there was a guy who he was almost like a cowboy for Dweegers, and so he was Irish, and thankfully I'd like just before, and this was like on the Monday that I did this, and that weekend I'd just like pure fluke, like binge watched. Oh God, what's the name of the series now? Young Offenders. On BBC, and my God, I loved Young Offenders. That is such a great comedy.
Good show.
Yeah, very good show. Again, it's a really solid comedy with an absolute gut-wrenching heart. It will properly. It will really tug on your heartstrings.
I've noticed a lot of shows have a bit of a blend of that now. There's that comedy with that sort of really serious parts as well, and they blend it in.
There isn't, as far as ways to get messages across. I love comedy because it will raise you up, and then completely knock your legs from under you. And when you're already like that high, that fall, you're guaranteed to hurt. And so, as far if you want to get a message out,
get it out like that. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because my girlfriend was watching the show by with Harrison Ford on Apple TV. Trying to remember the name of it, but it was similar. It was a comedy, but also, I've forgotten the name.
Is he
Jason Segel, I think, is in it as well. Yeah. You've probably seen, you know what I'm talking about, but
I know exactly which one you're talking about, and likewise, I am blanking too.
Yeah. And it's someone will leave a comment below, but she loved that. She loved that show. I haven't seen it yet. I do want to watch, but I watched that as well. What you've just mentioned. What was the show that you just said again?
Young Offenders.
Young Offenders. Yeah. Gotta check that out too. Yeah.
Really good.
Ricotta Crayon. What are your thoughts on the Daddy Halsin line in the end? I got the impression you were genuinely laughing at the joke when you read that line, possibly.
No, again, a little bit like the "you like it" there scene. I'd seen that coming up for a couple of weeks, and so I think when I'm like laughing for that, doing the Daddy Halsin, they call me. Who am I to argue? It's he's just remembering the kids just shouting Daddy Halsin, and he just can't help but have this huge, big, like goofy grin on his face, like when he remembers it. Yeah.
Dave, so, you know that's going to be clipped, don't you? What you've just done.
I completely forgot about that.
I'm just warning you, but no, that's all brilliant. We love it.
So I think I wasn't laughing because of don't get me wrong. When I saw the line for the first time, I was laughing my arse off.
Yeah,
thinking, oh yeah, okay, yep, fair enough. This is proper fan service, and yep, I get that. It's just a little. There you go, and yeah, I get that. So, yeah.
Ty and Langmay, what was it like working directly and closely with J.K. Simmons? Okay. I don't know about that. I don't know if we were directly working with JK, but
definitely not. He was in LA. So yeah. Whenever we've done any of our lines, they've always been completely on our own. We've not done any interaction with anybody. Everything that we are, it's a bit of a git because I'd love to bounce off somebody in that respect, and at the same time, it's nice to give options out there that could like be different for the conversation, but at the same time, ideally, you want to know the intonation of the line that you're being fed in order to respond appropriately. I work 9 to 5 with Excel spreadsheets, and when I'm doing voices for Halsin, I'm still looking at a fucking Excel spreadsheet. I cannot get away from it. It's honestly, and to be 99% of 99% of scripts that you'll see for a voice in a video game, they are on Excel, and so and again, 99% of the time, you're not with other people.
And you usually get 3 goes at each line. Is that right?
It tends to normally be the case. Yeah. Well, it depends on which on the director as well, how they want to do it. Once, twice, 3 times. It's normally give me 3, stop, and then we'll give you a note and like you can go again for another 3, or just like give you a note. But Kirsty's great for that. You can give her 3, she'll give you a note, you'll nail it on the next one, and you just go on. It's
wow, yeah, that's good directing. Yeah,
the notes that she gives are so just pitch perfect. I love that. And Tilly Steele as well. She was another great director, and Adrian Townsend, and to be Adrian Townsend as well. Honestly, the vast majority of directors that I've worked with have been fantastic on Baldur's Gate. Absolutely amazing. So yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah.
Was there a moment? This is from Silas. Was there a moment that Dave influenced the character himself? He provided the voice and breathed life into the character. But was there any personality traits or something that showed up from yourself, Dave, into the character?
I think most of the work was done when I'd sent my audition in. Basically, they'd had, because there wasn't really that much difference from the stuff in the audition and to what I'm doing now. I think they managed to look at a kind of a, even though it's only 5 lines, they managed to like find a almost rounded performance in there. I'm kind of hoping that I would have been able to. I think the only thing that's been what I've managed to influence is probably more on the writer's side, because basically they've then seen the performances in early access. They know they know how to write for you. They'll know your strengths and they'll want to like write in a particular way for you. That's probably the only way it's influenced, but from my perspective. Yeah. There may be the other characters in there that I don't know if any of the other cast have had that. It'd be interesting to ask them as well. Yeah, I think in order to make sure that it's not going to be an arduous journey, and especially when you're doing like, I think I did like 130, 140 hours in there, nowhere near as much as Sam. But I think, yeah, it's like, if you're going to be doing that amount of work, you want it as you don't want there to be a process to be involved to get to where you need to be. Ideally, you want to be like hitting the ground running, and therefore, if you can pretty much get that from the person who's pretty much not nailed the character, but like is like really close to the character in the audition, then that's most of the legwork done. And then again, the writers will probably not so much write for you, but write the character, knowing your abilities. So,
100%. Tarlanil, I'm butchering these names. Sorry, guys. I'm going to call you Tarlan. When did you realize that Halsin was getting a lot of attention for a variety of reasons, and what did you think about it? Well, we touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there was.
Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I did. Probably just pure vanity. I had a look. I think I probably Googled Halsin, and then had to narrow it down to Halsin Baldur's Gate 3, because I think there's a Bollywood star called Halsin. So I definitely needed to like narrow it down just a touch. And yeah, I just stumbled across some of the chat in there, and it was tasty. Yeah, they were quite hot under the collar for him. And yeah, it's to be honest, I mean, when I saw him, and you could just see this like just essentially clothed beef. You've just, yeah, it's to be expected that you'll get some
He's not a bad-looking geezer, is he?
He's not. And so, it was expected. It was expected, but the the level of that probably wasn't expected. I wasn't expecting it to be thirsted over quite as much as it was. Yeah.
Do you know the word simps now?
Yes. Yes. This has introduced me to many terms that I wasn't aware of before.
Yeah, stay away from Rule 34, Dave, please. Please, Dave. Not me.
I am.
Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah,
no,
you are aware.
Yeah, I am very well aware of Halsimps.
Oh yeah. It's not me. It's B. What is your favorite line or moment?
Ooh.
If there's not one, give us a couple.
Obviously, there's the "you like it." That for me.
You've
was
still
just
got the delivery. Perfect.
It's you've got that, which I thought was that was a turning point. That was definitely a turning point.
Mm.
And there was the one, I think, from my audition lines as well. One should cherish nature's bounty, but goblin guts are quite far down the list. And yeah, I again, yeah, goblin guts. He doesn't like goblins. He hates them.
He doesn't.
I think it's like, point to me where the goblin touched you.
I know. Where does that hatred come from? They must have told you, or did they?
No, I mean he's just been. I think, imagine the size of him, and he's been caught and imprisoned by goblins. That must have like wounded his pride just a little bit. It must have there must be a bit of an ego thing there as well.
Yeah.
So,
spot on. Spot on. TSA, what parts of Halsin's story did you find the most compelling, interesting, or just plain fun to work with?
There was a little bit, and well, I don't really want to probably go into it really because it is a little bit spoilery.
Can you dance around it, or should we give a spoiler warning? Or
there was a really, really tough scene to do. That was me being having to go through this memory of an extremely bad occurrence, and he was breaking down in tears from it, and that's probably the most intense that I've been in a video game session ever.
Just in a game?
In my career. No,
in your career.
My career, yeah. Definitely. I was that took a good couple of days to get over.
Wow.
And though, yeah. So yeah, I can't really. No, I don't really want to go through the specifics of it.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. Yeah, no, all good. Shelley, what is a secret about Wholesome that he'll carry to his grave, Dave?
Ooh, if only I could tell you. Honestly, if I found out there was a secret, I'd probably even want to keep that to myself anyway.
Yeah.
Probably because it could just aid other performances. I'd love to go back and work on stuff if that was a possibility.
What do you mean by that?
So, if forever, if for any reason there was any other stories that could come from this.
Oh, okay, yeah, like a DLC or something. Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
Then maybe they'd put in a secret. perhaps. I mean, to be honest, he's quite open about a lot, though. Anyway,
Yeah.
there's not really much that he'll not actually tell you. The fact that he was held prisoner for 3 years in the game, that was, and it was completely, that happened, and it doesn't seem to have as much import as it would for other people, let's say.
For Kalarch or whoever, yeah.
Yeah. I think due to just the nature of him being him, I think he just takes everything in his stride, and just basically says, it's almost, this is the way, kind of, it's all right.
Yeah.
There'll be a point in the future where it won't be like this, so I've just got to ride it out. Nothing surprises him as much anymore.
He's seen it all. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good few 100 years old. So yeah, he has seen quite a bit.
True.
And so yeah. No, he's seen a lot in that respect.
Yeah. God help me says, to what degree was Halsin originally meant to play a part in the game? How did the devs approach you to expand the character after his popularity?
Well, it was more the fact that I was just being booked more, and the scripts just kept growing. That was more the conversation. As far as the conversation is concerned, that the character was going to have more lines. It's just that the script just never stopped being written for a good few months. So yeah, it was pretty much all wrapped up for Act 1. A good few months went by, and then they said they just want you in for some more sessions, and that was pretty much it, to be honest. I then found that there were a lot more lines constantly being written, and it's right. Okay, yeah, this is definitely more than just Act 1.
What was your final day in the volume like? Do you remember that? Was it emotional? Was it? What was the?
Well, my final session was a little bit anticlimactical, because
I always hear that. It sucks. Yeah.
No, it's not even that. It's just that I thought I was going to be in for another session. And
yeah.
So, because I think there was like a couple of lines that they couldn't quite get. So I was expecting to be down there for one last session, and so I just said, right, see everybody, see you next week, and that was my final session.
God damn it! Bloody hell!
Oh well.
Hopefully you're back. Hey.
Yeah.
But you'll be back with the band soon for some Comic-Con. So you got 2 coming up, right?
Yep. For now, so far.
For now, more. So hopefully they get you down here to Australia.
Yeah. Oh well, man, that'd be lovely. Although I'm not keen on spiders.
What about snakes?
No snakes. I'm all right. Yeah.
Oh, what about what about sharks? Like that?
If I'm inland enough, that's fine.
Okay. What about kangaroos that will knock you out with their boxing techniques?
I've seen them box.
You've seen
ripped.
The footage, yeah.
They are jacked. There is no way I'd mess with a room.
They're on steroids, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's always the spiders for me. They just I want to be able to open a car door without checking it first. That's something like the Troubles in the 70s. That's I don't want to go around with a mirror under the sill of the door every morning.
It's so funny you say that, because a spider dropped on me the other day in the car.
No, I don't want to hear that.
It's
I
not
don't want to
fun.
hear it. I'm so
Not
glad
fun.
my wife's not here. She'd be shitting herself. She absolutely hates spiders.
Oh, me
Absolutely
too.
loves them.
I do
She
too.
actually woke me up this morning saying, David, there's a spider on your foot. It's massive. It's like, what? And yeah, this massive spider on my foot.
Oh
And
shit.
thankfully, over here, they're not as bad.
Okay.
But yeah, it was a healthy like size. Yeah, it was all right.
Have you ever
But
had a
yeah.
snake in your letterbox? I've had that, and my
Sorry?
backyard, and one in the backyard too. Yeah.
I've had a snake in my letterbox and one in the backyard. This sounds more like a Halsin line. This really does.
Speaking of animals, by the way, before we wrap up here, you were in Planet Zoo, yeah? That was a great little game.
Yeah. Again, that was because it was Adele Cutting who did the direction for Astrologaster. She put me forward for that, and yeah, that was a great one. Yes, and that was only a day. There's not that much in the as far as like the story's concerned for the career mode. But you don't really need that much like voicing for it. A lot of it is but it's damn good fun being an unscrupulous zoo manager.
I like that word. Yeah.
And for some reason, he always wanted bears as well. I've got this bear for you. I've found it down the back of the couch. Can you find somewhere to put it, please?
Yeah, see, I thought you wrote that in because you were doing Baldur's Gate at the same time. I thought it was a little Easter egg.
No, massive difference time-wise, unfortunately.
Just lie to me. Just say it was. Come on.
It was definitely because of Baldur's Gate 3, yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I'll cross my heart.
So finally, what do you want people to take away from this character? Is there something you want them to take away in particular?
Ooh, I don't know actually. That's quite. I hope they had a lovely time with him. He's a really nice guy. If don't get on the wrong side of him. Don't get on the wrong side of him.
I haven't.
Yeah.
But I've seen the videos though.
Yeah. So if you get on the wrong side of him, you'll get on the wrong end. You will find out. But apart from that, just be nice to everybody. Don't be a dick. And to be honest, it's like that's pretty much the rules for life, though. It's like just don't be a dick. Just show up for work, do your stuff, be nice to everybody. Don't be a dick, because then they'll invite you back. It's just normal stuff.
Yeah,
I always hear of people who like, especially in like the acting profession, how they've like turned up and been absolute twats.
Yeah, I never get that. Yeah,
no, it's like why do that? You're not gonna be respected. You're not going to be rehired, and you're just going to come across as like, no one's going to want to work with you. No one's going to want to go to a bar after to have a drink with you. No, man. I just treat everybody nice. Yeah, just like, and definitely hold your hand down and reach other people up.
I like that. Yeah.
I don't understand why people like cut the rope or like shove the ladder away once they're up there. You should always why there's nothing to fear from making people better. A lot of people think that
it's out of their own insecurities, isn't it?
Yeah, and like that's definitely it. They think that they're going to come for their jobs. Well, if that's the case, you're just not good enough. Focus on yourself instead of like you need to like you need, again train but don't like have a go at people beneath you. I mean that's just awful, just a horrible way to live. And yeah, give hugs.
But in saying that, though, when Halsin is getting a bit cranky, that must have been fun to do that as well.
Obviously, it's fun to like. You can vent. You get because I've not been like I can't remember the last time I was really, really angry with somebody. No, I can't. No, yeah. So to get a chance of like doing something like that in character as well, yeah, I'll always be up for that. Always, yeah.
Is there anything you want to say to the fans that have tuned in today, Dave?
Thank you so much for everything. Basically, were it not for them taking Wholesome into their hearts, then there's no way that he'd have been in Acts 2 and 3 like he is now, and that I wouldn't be on here speaking to you now. It's just been amazing, the journey that Halsin and I have been on, and it's a lot of it is down to them, and I will be forever grateful.
Well said, man, and phenomenal job, by the way. I don't know if I've said.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really phenomenal job. Love the character, but I am in my next playthrough. I'm going to piss him off now.
Good.
No. Yeah, so you got Twitter, Instagram, anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, you can find me virtually everywhere. Yeah, I like Threads, Blue Sky. I'm always over on like any socials. Not I'm on them less than I was now. But just trying to take a little bit of a backseat socials wise. Because that has been like taking up quite a chunk of my day this past week or so. So yeah, I'll always try and respond if I can. But yeah, hit me up anywhere.
And how's your comfort levels now that the interview's nearing its end? Where are we? Have we gotten more comfortable?
Oh, very much so. And honestly, it's like this has been really, really nice. Thank you so much, Dan.
Oh, thank you, Dave.
You've been this has been a super easy chat. It's been lovely. I've absolutely.
That's great to hear. Thanks, mate. No, I appreciate it. Well, before I let you go, we've got to hear this guy one more time. Say something to Dan. To me, come on. He needs to say something. One more thing. I can't get enough of this voice.
Dan, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for everything. May Sylvanas guide you, and have a wonderful week ahead.
No wonder you do so many audiobooks as well with that voice. Shit.
A lot of people have like
can't teach that.
I've often seen like voice actors and said like, but you can do that voice. Why wouldn't you be that voice every minute of every day? And I sound like this. I could sound like Halsin, but I sound like this. It's graceful.
Yeah, you should do that for one day. Just try it. See what your wife and kids think. They might be a bit what? They might be a bit.
I'll try it tomorrow. I don't think it'll go down well.
Thank you, Dave. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much, Dan, for having me.